Hi my butterflies, and welcome back to my channel. So as you can see by the title, this is not like a spiritual, and I have a shirt on. This is not like a spiritual video, but it has a lot to do with my spiritual awakening. It was actually like my spiritual awakening basically. So I want to talk about it because for one, a lot of people had a lot of questions, and for two, I just want to say like what really happened and how it did change my life for the better. And I do want to say one thing, because some of my family members might watch this, I don't know, but my family, friends, mentors, when I came back, you guys had no right whatsoever to tell me I shouldn't have done that. They're yelling at the dogs, guys. I'm sorry. You know they always bark in my videos. But you guys had no right to tell me I should have never done that because you were worried. Because, bitch, y'all weren't fucking worried when I was fucking going through the ages 6 to 15. You know what I'm saying? So, anywho, I just get irritated when people tell me that because, like, none of y'all was there to help me through my battles, so you just don't get an opinion. But let's put on some frequencies. You know, I like to put my frequencies on. So there's gonna be different parts to this because you guys already know I'm just using my phone right now for YouTube. Like I said, I still have to get my MacBook because I have a laptop, but I don't know why I can't figure it out with my Chromebook. And I love Chromebooks, which like makes me irritated, but the iPhone and the Chromebook are not cooperating. So yeah, so first, why did I run away? Like, what led up to me running away? And so it all kind of, so let me slow down a little bit. My spirituality really started off on the dark side. Let me make sure you guys can hear me. Okay, so you guys can hear me. I checked. I just like, I'm so traumatized from that one reading I did from the past loved one where you guys could not. And I just realized this is the first time you guys are seeing my tats. Well, we'll just forget about that one. But what was I? So yeah, my spirituality started off on the darker side. I identify as a Satanist, which is funny because if you have a spiritual awakening, you learn that like Satan's not real, whatever. So I started off as a Satanist, and I would like, I guess, perform satanic rituals or whatever. And then I met a lady. Her name was Shelby. I forgot her last name, and I wish I did because she's an amazing person. I love her so much. She taught me about like yoga. She taught me about like meditation, and I would just feel so different when I would do yoga or I would meditate. It was, you know, that peaceful feeling, that like oneness with the universe, love, light feeling that I was definitely not getting from my Satanism or whatever. So I kind of just stopped being a Satanist, and I just did yoga. I believed in magic. And then that went on for about, and then I started believing in like Mother Nature and energies. I started realizing I could heal people. I started realizing when somebody was sick, I could touch them and like they would feel better. And so I started kind of doing like Reiki on people, on myself, on people that like I was dating, their families, whatever, stuff like that. So so I started like identifying myself as like a witch, a healer, I forgot the word in Spanish. I don't know how, but literally I'm having a brain fart. I always have brain farts when I make videos. I want to say madrina, but that's a godmom. It's not the word I'm talking about. But anyways, I used to consider myself like a healer witch. And then I wanted to get into other witchcraft, like spells, you know, stuff like that. So this is where it starts. I was on Facebook and I was like getting into all these. I really want to, I'm keep pushing this up because I don't want y'all to think I'm just on here like. So I wanted to get into like witchcraft more. I wanted to learn more about spells, herbs, meditation, astral projection, stuff like that. So I was in these witchcraft groups, whatever, and there was a guy who was like, hey, I give free like witchcraft classes, and like we had this group chat with all these people. I'm gonna light some sage because literally when I feel like I talk about him, I feel like his demons, dark energy, just reptilianic, just comes around me. So you see, that's his energy, bro. You guys do not laugh at me, but there's a lighter behind my bed, and I know there is one. I'll be like, why do you have a lighter behind your bed, Thea? My boyfriend just leaves his lighters there, and I just noticed that he left his lighter back there. So I just didn't pick it up. But yeah, I'm gonna light this a little bit. So he had the group chat, right? And everything was good at first. Like, I would read the like Google Docs that he had for us, like learn about herbs, spells, meditation, shit like that. So he started like texting me saying like I was powerful and there's something different about me. I call it now. Wow, another brain fart. To me, that was basically like him. One second. Because I want to give y'all this word. Because this dude is a fucking weirdo. I was 16. Let's not forget this. Okay, I was 16 years old. This dude was like 24. Grooming. He was grooming me. So, like, telling me, like, I'm more powerful, like, I'm beautiful. And as a 16-year-old foster kid who had all this trauma, all this low self-esteem, all of this, like, daddy issues, mommy issues, that was amazing to hear. And I'm over here thinking I'm learning about witchcraft and stuff, but this dude is being a fucking weirdo. So this is why it's so important to fucking love your kids. Like, love your kids and let them know their worth, and like, so they know, like, nobody needs to tell me this shit. Like, what the fuck? Like, and to trust their intuition, because like this whole time I had a weird feeling, but like I just didn't listen to it. Like, intuition saved my life. There's actually a song that goes like that. But anyways, yeah, so he was grooming me, and then he started, we would like FaceTime, but he wouldn't talk on FaceTime. He would want to read my energy or whatever. And then he started asking me to like take my clothes off on FaceTime for rituals and shit. I did it because I was this stupid little, okay, I wasn't stupid, that I was misled, I was unhealed, I was thinking I was following I don't know, a witchcraft thing, whatever. And so eventually, like, this keeps going, whatever, and I start to notice shit. Like, I start to feel weird. because we started talking about being in a relationship and just how obsessive he was acting. I was like, yeah, this finally turned out into some intuition. So when I cut him off, like blocked him and everything, this dude was weird. Like, he went weird, guys. He was well, I had a girlfriend at the time. Yeah, I know. And he started like texting her, saying like, I'm gonna fuck her life up, blah 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 blah. He made an account with all of my pictures, like added all of my family members, anybody I had ever known. Mind you, this dude went to school for like hacking and technology and shit, so he was doing all types of shit. Like, everything I had sent him, everything, I guess he would take screenshots on the FaceTime or video call on WhatsApp or whatever the fuck. Oh, he's just a weirdo. Anyways, so what? Oh, so mind you, I reported this Facebook account so many times. I had so many other people doing this, reporting this account, like, hey, like, this is a minor, like, you guys, like, they weren't listening, so fuck you, Facebook. And then when I thought it was over, like, he hadn't contacted me, I deleted like all my social media. I was like, whatever. My social worker comes over with some other social worker, and they're asking me if I sell pictures, if I sell my body, how do I make money, who pays my phone bill, all types of shit. And they asked me, they're like, yeah, we were brought to a notice about a Facebook account. And at first I was like, I don't know what you guys are talking about. Like, fuck you, I don't know what you're talking about. So I like sat in my room that day, and they're talking about like they were taking away my phone. I had no access to internet to protect me, like all types of shit. So I finally told him what the fuck was happening. I was like, dude, he was manipulating me. He was telling me this was for like witchcraft. He was like he's a weirdo. And they were just basically like, it's your fault, like you were making unsafe decisions, blah 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 blah. So they took my phone away. I was not able to have access to internet somehow. I forgot how, but I had like a laptop that I would like log into my stuff to talk to my friends and stuff. And guys, I started learning out crazy. Like, I started drinking alcohol every single day. I started, like, I'm talking about every single day, because I had nothing else to do and I felt so empty. Nobody was believing me. Not even like my friend at the time. She was just being weird with me and just being all scared, like, oh well, I'm 18 now and I can get in trouble if I know too much. Just weird. Like, everybody was weird as fuck. And so I was like going out with all types of guys, like sneaking out of where I was living, just going out with all types of guys, just putting myself in constant danger to have an outlet of some sort, because I was like, what the fuck, like fuck all of y'all on some real shit. So I was like, I can't take this no more, because they ended up even taking my TV, and I was like, what? They had took my Amazon stick that I didn't even pay for. The person I was in a relationship with paid for that. So they were just taking like all types of my shit. So I was like, I'm not finna stay here. I've never listened to even my own parents since I was a kid. I ain't finna listen to y'all. Like, what the fuck, you got me fucked up. So my plan was to like go on the run. And And if I was going on the run, I was going to do something with my life. I wasn't just going to go on the run. And I knew that because I've always been an ambitious person. Actually, the hardest part about me choosing to go on the run was like, oh my God, how am I going to finish school? How am I going to reach my goals? Like, so I really thought about this, you guys. So I was like, okay, I'm going to leave suicide notes. I'm going to tell them that I'm going to go kill myself. Because I thought that would make them not look for me because I thought I would be dead. But it made them look like so much harder. But I didn't know that. So I left the notes. I packed up. I dyed my hair before I left the house so nobody knew what I actually looked like when they put me in those whatever the fuck, those like missing persons whatever pages, so no one knew what I actually looked like. So I was way smarter than y'all. Fuck y'all. And so I actually wrote a poem saying how like it said like, fuck you foster care, like you guys didn't even help me. Like before I went on the run, I asked them to put me in a group home where I felt safe, and they said no. So I would say my social worker's name, but like I'll do that in a few years. Cause like I'm still using the system for help and stuff right now, so I'm gonna get what I want from them, and then I will blast the fuck out of them. But not right now. So anyways, what happened? Oh yeah, I went on the run. I left. I only packed a few things so it would look like I was literally going to die and like never return. And my hair was black. So I went from being a blonde redhead to black hair. Like I looked so different. I had cut bangs that night before I left too, so I looked so different. I would contour my face to look really skinny because I have a rounder shaped face, and I would really overline my lips, so I looked like this total different person, like crazy. But anyways, when I like got to where I was staying, and I was like the most obvious person, like they're dumb as fuck, but that just shows like it was meant to be. Like it was so meant to be. So like I was safe. I wasn't like in no weird shit. I was in some weird shit before I ran away. That's what I was in. And so I was like, you know what, since I can't go outside anyways, I gave myself a rule when I went on the run that I would not go in public for like 3 months, because I just couldn't. Like that's just not, it just can't be like that. So I would give more information like where I was at, but it's just too soon. I feel like I will do that in another video at another time, because I'm not finna fuck nobody's life up. So the first few months I literally stayed inside, meditated all day. And I'm not saying no dramatic shit. Like I would wake up, eat, work out, journal, meditate, do another meditation. Because what else did I have to do? Nothing other than to heal myself. That's what I knew I needed to do. I was like, what am I going to do to never be in this situation again? What am I going to do to come back and be like, yeah, I'm a boss ass bitch. Like I did this shit. And the only thing that would come to mind is heal. Like you need to heal. Like you have all this time to heal. So I would write all my trauma. I would write all my daddy issues, mommy issues. Got bullied in school. Who said this to me? What? This traumatized me. All those, I would write them down, meditate, release them, healed, went through every single chakra. The expansion was absolutely insane. Like insane. Like I would just feel different. I would feel safer with myself. I started loving myself, started having past life memories, started remembering who the fuck I was, started seeing the matrix and how like society is literally a fucking lie. Literally, like just expanded my mind. Like, I can't even explain it. Learned about my Starseed families. Learned that my soul is not from Earth, that I came here for a big mission, and I went through everything I went through for a reason. What else? I learned all of my abilities, that I was a psychic, that I could channel, that I already knew that I could heal, but I didn't know I could heal to the intensity that I know now. I learned I could see auroras, and I could see like people's chakras and how blocked they were and how unblocked they were and how open they were and how non-open they were. I could just see through a person like that. Like, I was so in tune, so into that healing. I'm not gonna say I healed everything, because I'm still healing now. A year or two later, I think it's 2 years now, I don't know. But I definitely changed my whole view on myself, self-respect, everything changed. And I started going out in public, felt safe. It was a long time till I could feel safe outside, though, without, like, every time I see a police car, I'd be like, oh my god. Like, I would wait till it would leave or something. But I really believed in the universe and everything, so I'm like, I know I'm on the run for a reason. So, like, I just started getting comfortable. Like, I felt safe. And then I started my small business, and I was doing readings, and I was awakening other people, and everything was going good. Everything was going great. But my intuition told me and the person I was living with to move out and try to, like, be on our own. And we did. And it was just like, it went to shit. Like, we ended up not having any place to live. I ended up going back to North Carolina because I had no money. Like, we were just like I just had to call my people and be like, hey, like, I'm alive. You know what I'm saying? And so I didn't understand why this happened until now. But it was really hard when it happens, because I was like, whoa, like, I had my awakening. I thought, like, everything was great, you know? But, so when I moved to North Carolina, yes, I did that on the run. Anyways, and so, mind you, from California. I went from California to North Carolina on a fucking Greyhound on the run. I'm the shit. So, what happened? Oh, I was just going from spiritual to just what I was in was not, like, I didn't meditate no more. I was just bored with life. Couldn't work. Like, I was taken care of, don't get me wrong, but it was not me. Like, it wasn't in alignment to who I now was. I wasn't necessarily unsafe, but I was kind of put into an environment of my past. So when I went into that, all of my trauma, like, reappeared, and I started making same decisions. I started putting myself in dangerous situations again. Started looking for love in all the wrong places again. So I was just putting more trauma on myself. I put a lot of trauma on myself in that period. And like I said, none of this was, like, forced or anything. And the reason I keep saying that is because when I fucking came back, my social worker tried to fucking press that I was being human trafficked so fucking much. Like, you know how offending that is? Like, bitch, you think I was like, get the fuck out of here. Like, that shit still makes me mad to this day. Like, I would be a person who would speak up on that if that shit was happening to me. Like, that shit was, no. So anyways, that's why I keep saying that. Like I was safe. I just wasn't, I was in negativity. Let's just say that. We'll just say negativity. Chaos, negativity. That's what it was. Chaos and negativity. Like, a bunch of chaos. And so But I still didn't want to go back. Like, I didn't want to go back. Like, what the fuck would I go back for? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all didn't believe me. Like, y'all had me in some fuck shit. Like, I don't want to go back. And so, but there was just like, nothing was working. Like, I couldn't be myself anymore. Couldn't heal anymore. Because I was in like this chaos. And so, I get a call from somebody. And they're like, hey, you need to turn yourself in because they're calling me and they're saying that they know where you're at. And I'm like, I don't want to do that. And they're like, well, they're just going to come and take you and everyone's going to get charged if you don't. And I was like, oh, well, then I'm going to just call them. Because I didn't want, like, I was very appreciative of everybody who helped me on the run. Like, if you're a person who helped me on the run watching this, like, I can't even explain how appreciative that was. Like, I can't explain it because I literally, like, my life changed on the run. Like, I am who I am today because of my awakening on the run. Like, I just have so much gratitude, honestly. Like, I'm about to cry because it was just so beautiful. And like everything I went through that led up to me being on the run, like, I didn't deserve any of it, and I know why I went through it. But it was like those people who helped me, like, it was just meant to be. It was just meant to be. And so I was like, okay. So I called the detective, and she was really nice. She was like, you're good. Like, I've been looking for you, and you're good. So I went and turned myself in. It was the scariest thing ever because I didn't know if I was going to be sent back. I didn't know anything, like, at all. So I make sure I have nails on. I make sure that my hair is nice. I'm wearing like some heels. And I bring a Louis Vuitton with me. So I'm like, they need to make sure like I look like I've been doing good for real. So we turned myself in, and the cop is like, wow, like, you're from California. And I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And he was like, yeah, you're too good. And so it was actually funny because when he showed, because I didn't know I was on the news. Like, I had no idea. I was like, what? Like, I was on the news and stuff. And they pulled it up, and I was like, damn, those are some good pictures. And the person who helped turn me in, and like the cop, they were laughing at me, and I was like, what? Like, those are some good pictures. But those pictures are on like the beginning of the video. So I'm probably gonna have to make a part 2 because this video is getting long. So I'll see you in part 2.